On October 7th, 2020, Joe Biden said the following, and this is quoted in Forbes. Biden affirms, quote, "I will eliminate your student debt." That's what Joe Biden said, October 7th, 2020. Well, now we're learning, and this is being reported by a variety of outlets. The one I have in front of me is The Independent. Biden unlikely to cancel student loan debt, report claims. White House budget unlikely to include campaign plans for cancellation as administration mulls executive authority to eliminate federal debt. So, Joe Biden already early on in his term made this move of saying, we're going to eliminate student debt basically for people who were scammed by for-profit colleges. Now, let me be clear about something. When I say they're scams, I mean they're scams. I mean, they were outed as like just a complete scam. And so the idea is, well, those people really got robbed, and so we'll eliminate their student loan debt. You know what percentage of student loan debt that makes up? Less than 1%. It's $1 billion worth of, now it's nearly $1.7 trillion in student loan debt. So that's what Joe Biden did. That's what he did through executive authority. Well, then he did this dodge, this Weasley dodge of like, listen, I want to do it, but my hands are tied, so I need it to go through Congress, and then I'll sign it. That's a total dodge because he knows it can't get through Congress. Or, excuse me, it could get through the House, but no way it would get through the Senate. He knows this. He knows this. And so he's saying it knowing there's a 0% chance it gets on his desk. So that's a dodge. That's him not wanting to take the negative press of coming out and saying, I'm not going to cancel your student loan debt. I was bullshitting you. That's what that is. It's a workaround so that the idiots in the press get off his ass and they don't realize what he's actually doing. Well, now we know. Again, a number of outlets are reporting there's not going to be any student loan debt relief. There's not going to be any at all. Now, I want you to stop and think, there's not going to be any besides the $1 billion they already did for the people who got scammed from the for-profit colleges. You want to know why this is so devastating? It's devastating because we just learned that Democrats are giving up even on getting anything through reconciliation for the next 4 months. So that means anything, sorry, the phone ringing in the background. That means anything, even with 51 votes, they say, we can't get it done. We don't have the ability to do it. Whether it's taxes, whether it's infrastructure, whether it's any other part of the agenda, they say, sorry, we can't do it. So you're not going to get anything through reconciliation. You're waving the white flag on student loan debt relief, which you can do through an executive order, but you're not doing through an executive order. There's nothing else that we're hearing in terms of plans to push the agenda further using executive authority. So what are you going to do? What are you good for? What are you going to do? You're just going to sit in the White House for the next minimum 4 months and do absolutely nothing? No executive orders to further push a Democratic agenda and help improve the lives of the American people. Nothing even through reconciliation, never mind anything through regular order. What are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, listen, this story sums up corporate Democrats. It does. It sums them up perfectly. And like I told you guys, I predicted early on, Biden's going to do everything he's going to do that's good. It'll be the first few days or the first few weeks because he's going to sign all the executive orders, reversing Trump's executive orders right when he gets in. He did exactly that. Then maybe he'll get 1 or 2 things through. That's exactly what happened. And it was the watered down COVID relief package. But even that, his approval rating skyrocketed because people got money. They got $1,400. They were like, sweet, the government is doing something for me. Well, now Biden's like, that's not going to be the norm, son. Now we're backing off and we're going right back to doing absolutely nothing. No more executive orders. No pushing anything through regular order or reconciliation. I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to sit here all day. And then I promise you this. If/when Democrats get routed in the next election cycle, everybody's going to turn around and blame the left. Corporate Democrats are going to blame the left. The media is going to blame the left. They're going to somehow say it's the fault of AOC and Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar and Cori Bush and, anybody who's on the left flank of the Democratic Party, they're going to be like, it was your guy's fault. They're not the ones who are sitting in the White House with the ability to wipe out student loan debt or the ability to legalize marijuana and free the nonviolent drug offenders and not doing it. It's Biden who's sitting in there and not doing it. So, God, it drives me crazy. You have such an opportunity, and this country is in such a dire circumstance. Like, we need real systemic reform. We need a New Deal. We need a universal basic income. We need Medicare for all, universal health care. We have a pandemic and an economy that's a complete house of cards. You can't just sit there and do nothing while the house is on fire. But that's exactly what he's planning to do. That's exactly what he's planning to do. There's almost no words for how terrible this is and immoral this is. Listen, don't get it twisted. I'm really hard on the Democrats. That doesn't mean the Republicans are good. They're open about the fact that they're colossal pieces of shit and they're rank hypocrites. They'll flip on a dime right in front of your face like they do with the debt and the deficit and the $2,000 checks under Donald Trump, and now they're against it and screaming about inflation. They're liars, they're frauds, they're con men, they're corrupt. I have nothing positive at all to say about the Republicans. The Democrats pretend every now and then they'll do little things to help you, and then they're like, tee-hee-hee, sorry, not going to do it because I can't do it, but don't blame me even though it is my fault. Tee-hee-hee. No student loan debt relief. I got more coming up too. It's not just the student loan debt relief that he's backing off of. I could do these stories all day because they're all coming out at once. Of he's not going to do this thing he said he'd do, he's not going to do that thing he said he'd do, he's not going to do that thing he said he's going to do. And then, again, they'll turn around and blame the left. They'll turn around and blame us when the election doesn't go well. No, look in the mirror. It's because you actively decided when you have power and you have control, I'm going to sit on my ass and do nothing and hope for the best.